All right, let's talk about the first 3 rounds of my Philadelphia Eagles 2020 NFL Draft. With their first pick, um, number 21, they took 5'11", 195-pound wide receiver Jalen Reagor out of TCU. Now, Reagor had 43 catches for 611 yards and 5 touchdowns. And you chose him with your first rounder. Now, before you get at me and say, man, come on, Justin Jefferson had 111 catches and 18 touchdowns, let me clarify a few things. The majority of Eagles fans are on two sides. They either absolutely love the pick or they don't. I'm in that other group, which might just mean me and two other people. I don't know. But I'm the only person I know who's torn. All right. First of all, the reason why Reagor had 43 catches is because his quarterback was terrible. As a matter of fact, all three of his quarterbacks were awful. But he had a true freshman who threw to him most of the year. And that freshman was slightly over 53% on his completions. So let's take a look at the prior year for both guys. Okay? Nobody's talking about that. Jefferson, his sophomore season, had 54 catches for 875 yards and 6 touchdowns. Okay? 54, 875, 6 touchdowns. Jalen Reagor had more catches than Jefferson at 72, more yards at 1,061, and more touchdown catches at 9. Plus, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Okay, so why am I torn? Well, first of all, I think Jalen Reagor can potentially be a fantastic receiver. All right. I mean, I think he can be Deshaun Jackson one day. He can be Stephon Diggs one day. He can be Antonio Brown potentially, meaning a guy who catches 80 plus passes for 1,000 plus yards and double digit scores. Okay. So, so when I say I'm torn, I mean, I like that because I see that. However, the the Philadelphia Eagles missed a golden opportunity to take either of two stud linebackers in Kenneth Murray and Patrick Queen. Okay? Remember, I said I'm torn, so I'm giving you the other side. Although I really like Reagor, they reached to pick him. Listen, you take Patrick Queen at number 21, right? You package one of your 3 fourth-round picks along with your second rounder, number 53, and you move up to somewhere between, let's say, well, the round started at 33, so somewhere between 33 and 40 or whatever. And you still get Reagor at that point. They missed on it, in my opinion. See, most Eagles fans are upset it wasn't Jefferson. I'm not as big on Jefferson over Reagor for a couple of reasons. First of all, Reagor is faster than Jefferson. Reagor can play the slot and the outside receiver, whereas Jefferson is pretty much an NFL slot guy. Not to say Reagor isn't, but when he took a lot of snaps out on the outside, at TCU. Also, Reagor will return kickoffs and punts in the NFL. Jefferson won't. And we're not saying Reagor will potentially be a guy who can do it. He's done it in high school, and he did it at TCU. As a matter of fact, he was tied for the lead with 2 touchdowns on, was it kickoff returns? Probably kickoff, not punts. So he was tied for the lead in the NCAA. So you get more value there with the kickoffs, the punts, the fact that he can play slot or outside, and the speed thing. You just, when you check the boxes off, you get more bang. So more value. I'm okay with Reagor over Jefferson. What I'm not okay with is with the reach to grab him. So it puts me on the fence. I think we could have had our linebacker and wide receiver with my aforementioned trade scenario with the picks. And I just think the Eagles missed the mark a bit here. Which brings me to the second pick. Talking about missing the mark. Second round, pick number 53. My Eagles choose another Jalen. Jalen Hurts. They reached for 2 Jalens. I got to look at the draft board to see if there are any other Jalens still available. Now, the first one was a slight reach for Reagor, but this one, good Lord, I can't even call it a reach. That doesn't, it just doesn't do it any justice. I just don't get this pick. And don't give me any of that, oh, this is insurance if Carson gets hurt again nonsense. You don't grab a backup quarterback for insurance with your second round pick. No. You grab a quarterback higher on the board, meaning higher rated quarterback than Hurts, and you take that quarterback in the 4th round or so, like a Jacob Eason, like a Jake Fromm, who are more accurate, I think, once you talk about past that mid-level and deeper passes, and who are definitely better fits for this offense. I think they both fit better. Okay, by the way, Jalen Hurts is 6'1" and 218 pounds. I'm not buying the 218 part. Anyway, somebody pinch me and tell me this pick is for someone else and a trade is coming. Jalen, he tucks the ball in at the first sign of pressure. He's looking to run. He doesn't hold it up in a like a run pass option. He tucks it in and takes off. Everybody talks about his accuracy. Well, that short pass, that medium pass, the fact that, come on, who plays defense or defense in that conference? I mean, come on, man. It's. But if you want to say he's accurate, all right. I don't think he's the most accurate when it comes time to make NFL type throws. And I also think he makes bad reads along with those inaccurate throws. When you look at, I'll leave that alone. I'll leave accuracy alone. It's just I have a thing about college throws and NFL throws. But anyway, and look, listen, this is no disrespect to Hurts, but he should have been taken by another team, not the Eagles, and certainly not in the second round. I mean, is this pick for Jacksonville for a deal to grab Yannick? You know, is there a deal in place with the Pats? I mean, somebody talk to me. Jalen Hurts cannot help the Philadelphia needs right now, which are linebacker, another receiver, an edge rush guy, or a safety, or even a corner. They could also use some depth at offensive line. But even then, I'm not picking a lineman in the second round who I'm not looking to start. This is a wasted pick. And you have fans out there who are looking at things on the bright side. I'm not one of those fans. I don't dare cut on WIP in Philadelphia or any of the local stations. I'm sure they went nuts on Howie, High Five Roseman, with this pick. I agree with Louis Riddick, who said, if you don't think this is the best pick for your organization, which it isn't, fine. But Hurts should be thanking his lucky star that he's going to this quarterback developmental coach. And I also have to agree with Anthony McFarland on the developmental project comments and the fact the Eagles have other needs thing he was talking about. And I never understood why people don't like Booger McFarland. He always tells it like it is. Always. Oh, that's right. I just answered my question. In this politically correct world we live in, when you tell it like it is, that makes you the bad guy. How could I forget? Let's move on. With their third pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, my Eagles reached for a third time, in my opinion, and drafted Davion Taylor, a 6-foot, 228-pound linebacker out of Colorado. Now, when this pick was made, I went to some Eagles YouTube channels to get their reaction. And most people, when they heard the pick, they kind of just paused. And then they looked at their television and watched the highlight clip. And then most of them say, yeah, this kid looks extremely fast and quick, which he is. And so they like the pick as a need-based pick. Well, they are partially correct. This filled a needed position, which is linebacker. But the question is he the guy? You see, folks, highlights are just that, the high parts of a guy's season or his career. But you can't just go on the best plays being shown of a guy on tape. So let me give you the venom, okay? The truth is, this is another project. When you review the long tape on this guy, you see a lot of inexperience and a few flashes, which is the tape Philadelphia fans and YouTube channel hosts were watching. You saw the flashes. But sorry, folks, that's not how you evaluate a pick. This kid will be a special teams player who will probably do well in that role. He'll get some third down linebacker action for sure. However, it'll take him some years to develop. It'll take years to develop him, and maybe he becomes a starter one day. But I'll go back to my draft scenario once again. You pick Kenneth Murray with your first rounder, and you plug him in and play him from game one and for the next 10 years. Stud middle linebacker. Then you package picks number 127 and pick number 53 and move up somewhere between 33 and 40 and still grab Reagor. But guess what? While Michael Pittman Jr. went at 34 and Laviska Shenault Jr. went at 42, Hamler didn't go until 46, and Claypool went at 49. Do you know what this means? It means the next few names went after 53, after you picked Hurts. So you didn't have to move at all if you wanted that receiver in the second round. Van Jefferson went at 57. I would have passed on him. Denzel Mims at 59. Perfect fit for your offense. You want to talk other needs? Cornerback Kristen Fulton went at 61. Safety Jeremy Chin at 64. I'm grabbing him if he's on the board. And I'm not even going to get into the guys who came after 64. Okay. After 64 began the third round. Too much value. I'll see you, Philadelphia. They missed their mark. So I'll talk to you guys Saturday afternoon and see how this plays. Right now, I'm not going to grade this draft. You don't want me to. I'll let day 3 unfold. And we'll see what's what in rounds 4 through 7. We'll catch you guys later.